from number 11 to number 1, which brings us to the first-ranked AFC team, the Buffalo Bills.
And this is how it works behind the scenes. Our great producer, Jen Koski, I send her the prelim power rankings Sunday night before I get a chance to watch the games. I had the Bills number 1 because when you go and you beat the Texans 40-0, when you have 2 shutouts in 4 weeks and Josh Allen is back to Josh Allen, you could absolutely make the case that the Bills are the team. However, something
all the way down at 3.
Something just bothered me about elevating them to the number 1 spot after playing the lowly Texans. And I thought to myself, hold tight here, old Zeuser. Hold tight. You got the Chiefs coming up. Let's see what happens. If they are as for real as we think they are, they will be the number 1 team next week, more than likely.
I would just add, you put Josh Allen against the secondary of the Bucs, and I'm taking the Bills all day. To me, they're the number 1 or the number 2 team. It was such a weird, it was an anomaly of a first week. That's all that's holding them, I think, out of the number 1 spot,
right? But you can say the same thing about the Vikings-Cardinals game. Like, all these teams have little glitches in the matrix.
The one thing I would say, though, that isn't a glitch in the matrix is much like the Cardinals we talked about, right? The number 1 scoring offense, the number 9 scoring defense. This defense of the Bills is playing at an exceptional level. And after, like, are we worried about Josh Allen and regression? Was last year an outlier? I think he's proven no, that is not the case. This is an exceptional complement of weapons. Manny Sanders looks great as another complementary receiver to Stephon Diggs. To me, this looks like it looks like the best team in the AFC.
Your point is that the Bucs shouldn't be ahead of the Bills, and that goes back to one of how I do the rankings. I always have respect for the champ, and I know they have a loss, but going to Foxborough in the rain and getting it done, that was enough for me to keep them where they were. Not move them up to 1, but to keep them where they are. I respect the champs.
Real quick, as we're going to talk about the Bucs right now. So let me start it out right here. The number 2 Buccaneers. If they are playing on a neutral field, Bills versus Bucs, you pick which team to win.
Well, according to my power rankings, the Bucs. But you know what?
I want to know what's in your heart, Dan Handges.
Honestly,
what's in your heart?
2 and 3. And it's a coin flip. I could have easily flipped those teams.
Which is why I like to string it out to that point.
I showed respect to the Bucs keeping them 2. But, yes, that's an awesome game. And I would love to see that in the Super Bowl if it ends up happening.
Why are the Bucs at 2?
The Bucs are at 2 because they find a way in the rainy conditions, in a highly emotionally charged environment, to get it done. And I will say this, and listen, everyone's like, oh, what's the DVOA, and what's this, and what's that? Let me go check
now you're attacking
analytics site.
No,
let me tell you something.
Attacking analytics.
I am not. I'm not that guy.
Sounded like an attack to me. You did the
But I will say this. I will say this. Brady magic is a thing. I like to think of it as it's a pixie dust. Okay, and that's not going to show up on certain websites. But it's a pixie dust, and that's